Okay, so welcome to my kitchen again. I'm gonna do something I've never done before. I actually didn't even know it was a thing. I started thinking about pickle jelly, and so I Googled it, and it is a thing, and I found that you can buy it, you can order it, but I'm gonna try to make my own in my cooking blender. I don't know how it's gonna go, but we're gonna give it a shot. So we have pickles. We're gonna use, I think about a cup of pickles, or pickle juice, and strain it. And then I'm gonna use 3 or 4 of these jalapeños. I'm gonna use a few cups of sugar. I'm gonna use a box of pectin. And then I'm probably gonna chop up some pickles really fine and put those in there too. So let's see how it turns out. All right, so we got our pickles here, but we're just gonna use about a cup of the juice. So I'm gonna try to pour this from here. And I don't think it's even probably gonna need to be strained. So we got a cup of that. Then we're just gonna cut the tops off of these jalapeños, and I'm gonna core a couple of them. I don't think I wanna use the seeds and spines for all of them, because even though I can't really taste spice, my family can, and they will not want it too hot. So we're gonna use this pepper chef, of course. You know, I like my pepper chef. And I don't know which one, and we'll try this one. And we're just gonna take out the core and the ribs and the seeds. So see, it just comes out in there. So now it's empty. And then this little hook here on the end, I can get in there and I can just scrape around. This one's kind of small. And get all of that out. That looks good. We'll do this one too. I don't know how many I should leave in. I don't want it to be too spicy. And also, do pickles get spicier the longer you have them? I don't know. So we'll see. So we're gonna do 2 with seeds and 2 without. So I'm gonna use about 3 tablespoons of pectin. That may be all that's in a box. I don't really know. So let's see, we're gonna do 3 of those. And I do know that you have to have plenty of sugar for pectin to work. And so I think the ratio is like 1 to 1 with your liquid. So, that was 2, right? So we're gonna go with 3 of the pectin. So there's probably at least 1 left in there. All right, we're gonna use 3 cups of sugar. And I can use this graduated measuring cup, so I don't have to try to hold it up and see how much I've got. But we're gonna use 3 cups of sugar. But I don't think these are gonna be sweet. I think they're gonna be maybe kind of sweet and tangy in the beginning, and then it'll go to kind of savory, and then it's gonna go to a little bit spicy at the end. That's what I think. We'll find out. I don't really know. I've never done it before. I've never had pickle jelly. Okay, so now I'm gonna use about a 1/4 cup, maybe a 1/2 cup of pickles. Got my little garnish grabber here, but I'm gonna chop these up really fine. And I'm not gonna chop them up with the cooking blender because I'm afraid that'll maybe just make them like liquid. So we're gonna do it in my little twist and chop, and that will go in. Probably we'll need to put that in toward the end or maybe very last into the jelly. So we'll see. Come on and let's put these in the twist and chop. Okay, so I've got my twist and chop here, and I'm going to, do I have it plugged in? Yeah. So I'm gonna just dump these in here. Like I said, I'm not gonna use all that many because I don't want it to be too many in there. Yeah, I think we're gonna do it pretty fine. Okay, got that on there, and I am not plugged in. Actually, I was plugged in. I'm just dumb, and I didn't have this on here like it was supposed to be. I wasn't thinking. So once you lock this lid, that's when it comes on. So you have a button here where you could just turn it on and let it go, or you have a pulse button. So let's just turn it on. No, yeah, let's just turn it on. And you can see the blade moves up and down, and so it gets everything. I think that's probably enough. think that's gonna do it. So you can see there, it's almost kind of like the consistency of relish. So let me take that blade out and then we'll go on to the next step. So I'm gonna put these between some paper towels. I don't think we wanna have like it too liquidy. I think it'll make everything watery. Oh, I've got one little piece there that's a little too big. All right, so we're gonna use these and I'm gonna dry them out with these paper towels as best I can, get all that extra pickle juice out. All right, so we're gonna put our jalapenos down into our cooking blender. We're gonna add our pickle juice, yum, and our powdered pectin. We're not gonna do our sugar yet. We're gonna do that in just a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and wash my hands again because I'm not trying to get jalapeno hands, so. All right, so now we're gonna put our lid on. I'm always backwards with everything. We're gonna put our lid on and we're gonna put it on the jam setting. So that's the only way this will work is if the lid is locked into place. So helps if I turn it on. We're gonna do it on the jam setting. So we've got custom blend, custom heat. We got smoothie, alternative milk, grind, heat wash. We're gonna go to jam. All right, we're gonna press start and let it do its thing for a minute. And it does get kind of loud. It'll stop and start. Gotta give it a second and it'll do some more. It'll do that for a little bit. I think we've probably got about a minute left. So it's going for a couple of minutes and we're up to 118 degrees. It does it gradually. Here it goes again. Now we're at 119. Okay, so it got up to 208 and I'm making a mess here. I'm putting the sugar in now. I'm not tall enough to do it very well, but we got the sugar in. Now we're gonna put our little lid back on here. Where'd it go? There we go. And we're just gonna hit the button and it'll start it back up again. Okay, so it's done. I got the lid off carefully because it is like boiling hot liquid. We're gonna add in our pickles. Now I'm questioning the amount of pickles I used. I hope it's enough, but we're just gonna stir it all in really good and then pour it into our jars. I'm getting excited. So I took a little taste and it's actually really, really good. It's not too pickly and it's not too jalapeno-y, if that's a word. So we're gonna fill these up and leave a little bit of space at the top. I probably should have left more space, right? I don't know. We're gonna stop there. And I'm gonna get the rest of them filled up and then I will update. I guess in the morning we'll see how it sets up. There you go, it made 2 jars. It was just enough for 2 jars. I hope I left enough space at the top. I don't know really what I'm doing. So I will let those set up overnight in the fridge and in the morning, that'll be ready to go. So if they're a hit, I'll make a double batch next time at least. All right, thanks for sticking around.